Back end is this beautiful 1966 Ford Mustang, two-door coupe, done in the light yellow with black vinyl top and black original interior. We sold this car about 4 or 5 years ago to the previous owners here in Iowa. After he purchased it, he did a little brake work, put a new radiator in it, put a new exterior paint job on it. When we sold it to him, it was the light yellow. He repainted the exterior. It was a nice driver quality. When we sold it to him, he had it freshened up again. I would classify this as just a great driver quality car. Very solid original floors, frame and trunk. I think it had one patch on the driver's side floor pan. Other than that, it's super solid underneath. It's got a great driver quality paint job with a nice shine. It's powered by what I believe to be its original 289 V8 engine. It's factory 2-barrel. Runs excellent. It does have power steering. It's got a factory buck tag on here. Was a factory air conditioning with vinyl top, it looks like. Air conditioning is no longer there. As we look at the inner fenders, it doesn't have any boils or patches anywhere on these inner fenders on both sides. Structurally, a very solid light yellow Mustang coupe. Engine runs great. It's all been tuned up. New plugs, wires, cap, distributor. Hood gap lines up really nice on the driver's side, and the hood meets the fenders really nicely. Same on the passenger side. As we get down here in the grill and horse and corral seem to be original and they're in great shape. Front bumper looks nice. It's got a great shine. It's got the bumperettes on it. Another thing is, it looks to me like not the previous owner, but years past, it looks like somebody had maybe pulled it behind a camper or something like that. It's got the hooks on the front frame rail down there. Get my shadow out of the way, but if you take a good hard look at the car, it does have dual exhaust on it. The undercarriage is solid. It's all been undercoated and painted under there. Original style hubcaps with the white wall tires. It's just got that great American classic look. As we look at the paint across the hood, like I said, it's all relatively new. I don't see any chips or anything there. Front fender on the passenger side's in great shape. If we look here, when they painted it, like I said, it's just a nice driver quality. You can see it had some previous chips around here and maybe kind of down in here, just some rock chips. And you can kind of still see them a little bit under that new paint. No blisters anywhere on the rockers, lower quarters, or the passenger side rocker anywhere there, the fender. It's all nice and solid. Door gap on the front of the passenger doors in great shape. Our door gap, to me, it looks really nicely here on the back side of the door. Look how nice the line's up here. The line is in great shape right there. As we open up that door, it's never had any body filler or putty in that corner. That's all nice and clean. On both sides of the doors, the dome lights in the doors work, the deluxe dome lights. The armrest, door panels, and paint around the doors really is all in great shape. Window cranks and door handles original. As far as our rubbers go, I really think they're the original rubbers. You know, they're all there, they're not busted up, but they are hardened on the doors. And same thing with this roof rail rubber. It's in good shape yet, but you can see that it's still the original. As we look at the inside of the door jambs, there again, I mean, they're in good driver quality shape. You're not seeing any surface rust or nothing like that in there, but it's just not a show quality car. It's a beautiful driver. Another thing that I kind of thought by looking at it, I'm pretty sure that the carpet is original in the car. It does have the emergency flasher underneath there. The dome light works on both doors and on the under the dash. Back seat I think is original. I know the headliner is original. It's a white headliner. I have an off-white headliner. Black carpet. It's got black seat covers, and you do have a seam split right here in the corner. You see that? And if a guy could just, it's right on the seam. It just needs to be sewed there a little bit. Other than that, the seats are in excellent shape, driver's side and passenger side. Carpet's in good shape too, but you can just tell it's fuzzy. You know, it's the original carpet, I really believe. Door shuts nice and tight. The car lines up good. And if you look down the sides, just a nice straight car. The bumperettes on the back, the bumper guards, do have surface rust on them. The back bumper is new, or new in the last few years. It's got beautiful chrome on the back bumper, but it does have some surface rust on the exhaust tips and on the bumper guards. Also the little lenses back here, the turn signal lenses, are okay, but the housings have some pits on them as well. They appear original. Again, check out our floor pan pictures. This is a car that hasn't been all patched up. I seen one patch in it. Other than that, it looked really solid and original. Driver's side of the car is nice and straight too. If I had to pick anything apart on the paint, it would be when they repainted it, they didn't fill in all the chips in the car. You know, they sanded it and stuff, obviously, because the paint's, you know, holding nice on the car, and it's been done about a couple years ago. So, but they didn't fill in all those little tiny little chips with, you know, spot filler or anything like that, because you can kind of see them lightly through the paint. No smoke coming out the tailpipes. It's been running here for a while, and motor sounds great. As far as our rear quarter goes on the driver's side, there's absolutely no blisters or dents anywhere there. Driver's side door's great. I don't see any chips. Same with the fender. No chips, no dings, nothing like that. The only thing I can see is when they repainted it, you can see like the little paint line underneath the door jamb. You can see where it's got a couple chips still there. Just right above that rocker panel molding. No bubbles, no blisters, nothing like that, but there is some paint chips there. Now, the vinyl top itself is in excellent condition, and it's all solid, but you can see sporadically, I don't know how many, if there's 10 or 15, but in a couple different spots there's just a couple little blisters. And like I said, they're all solid. I mean, everything's nice and solid, but it's got a few up here in the passenger side front, just a couple little spots under that vinyl top. No cracks, no tears, and it's all solid, but there is a couple little bumps under there that I wanted you to know about. Driver's side mirror is in great shape. It looks to be original. Here again, our body lines are excellent on this car. If you look at this door, it lines up great. Got a nice gap front and rear. We open up the door, there's absolutely no body filler in those corners. Does have its factory tag. I think all that information will be on the website for you to decode. Dome light works. Door panel and armrest are all in good shape. Window cranks are nice. Window rolls up and down great. If we look around some of the edges, you can see like right here, there's a little bit of overspray on this inside chrome piece. And it will need a rubber here, the up and down rubber on the driver's side. But our door jambs, they're again very presentable. Not show quality. You can see here where in the door jambs the paint's just kind of lifted a little bit here. It's just a little rough right there. Car idle's excellent. Couple things that we need to do to the car yet. I'm going to make a ticket on it. Temperature gauge, I don't know if we'll know after I get driving it, but it seems like it's coming up from the cold, but I need to check it when it gets back to the shop here, and I'll let you know. Gas gauge will need a new sending unit. The previous owner said the gas gauge worked fine, and here in the last 6 months it did quit working for him. So I'm going to check that ground and that sending unit. Wipers work well and they park right. Heater fan works good. Original radio does not work, but it's all factory original. No one's messed with it. No one's cut a hole in there. Emergency flashers do work. You can hear them on there. Wait a minute, on the original radio we got a little static coming there. We'll see if that wants to do anything later. The horn does not work, so right now the horn doesn't work. The gas gauge is not working. I'm not sure on the temp gauge. Windshield looks excellent. I don't see any chips or cracks in the windshield. The glass is great on the car. Very quiet inside too, so I'm going to roll up her window and we'll see how it sounds going down the road. A 289 two-barrel accelerates well. As far as our shocks go, we hit a few bumps there. There's no bottoming out of anything. The shocks feel great going down the road. One other thing I noticed last night, the speedometer seems to work well. It's accurate. It's at 45 right now, and that feels exactly what we're doing. But I can hear just that, and you'll notice that you hear that little bit of a whine. And once we come to a stop and that speedometer quits working, it goes away. So all right, so original AM radio does work. You can hear that there. We need a little work on the rear speakers, but it definitely works. So that's kind of amazing to have those original Ford radios, AM radios work. So radio does work. Temperature gauge is coming up as well, so that factory gauge does work. The only thing we got right now is the gas gauge isn't working and the horn isn't working. But here's your acceleration with that two-barrel. The transmission shifts good. The previous owner did have some transmission work done on the modular too, so it's been to the transmission shop and he's had some stuff done on that. Goes down the road well. It's got a little bit of wind noise, not bad, but it does have some. Just a nice driving Mustang. Our front end feels really good. I don't think it needs an alignment at all. There's no hands on the wheel right this whole time. It's going straight down the road. It's got manual brakes. As far as our brakes go, they stop good. They do have a very, very slight pull to the left. Still gets a little tire squeal. I did that. Just wanted to show you that the kick down does work. It does shift it down into second. Here's our brakes again. And that, like I said, when I do that gas gauge, I gotta take that gauge out anyway. I'm gonna take that speedometer out of there. The cable, probably put a new cable in it or lube that cable, so, because that's annoying. Other than that, car runs and drives really nice. It's responsive. It's clean. It's solid. I really like this little Mustang.